He risked everything and won beyond belief. Imagine standing on the edge of everything you've ever known, knowing that one wrong move could destroy your life, your dreams, your future. This is where our story begins, with a man named Marcus, a man who had nothing but a burning desire to escape the invisible cage of his own fear. For years, he worked a job that barely paid the bills, his hands calloused, his spirit weary, watching life pass him by while dreams whispered in the shadows, mocking him for not being brave enough, for not taking that leap everyone warned him against. But one night, as he stared at the ceiling, he realized that comfort was a slow death, and that the only real failure was never trying. So he made a decision that would change everything. He would risk it all, his savings, his reputation, his security, and invest in a vision no one else could see, a dream so audacious that friends laughed, family worried, and even strangers shook their heads in disbelief. The first days were brutal, sleepless nights filled with anxiety, every phone call a reminder of bills stacking, every no from potential partners like a hammer to his chest. Yet he refused to back down, fueled by the image of the life he deserved, pushing through doubts, self-sabotage, and the crushing weight of uncertainty, waking up every morning with a heart pounding in fear and a fire roaring in his soul, because Marcus understood something most never do. Courage is not the absence of fear, it is taking action despite it, and the struggle became his teacher, teaching him resilience, patience, and the power of persistence. As doors slammed in his face, mentors ignored his calls, and even his own reflection questioned his sanity. Yet slowly, impossibly, things began to shift. Tiny victories like sparks in the darkness. A client said yes, an investor agreed to a small stake, a friend unexpectedly offered support, each moment a reminder that progress, no matter how small, is a proof of life, and the mountain that once seemed insurmountable began to crumble beneath his unwavering determination. Yet the true test was still ahead, the point where giving up would have been easier, where comfort whispered sweetly and fear screamed louder. And in that moment, Marcus faced his turning point, a critical decision that could either catapult him into greatness or bury him in regret forever, and he chose to leap, fully aware that failure was possible, embracing uncertainty as his ally. And in that leap, everything changed. Doors opened that had been sealed for decades, opportunities came flooding like a river breaking its dam. People who had doubted him now watched in awe as his vision became reality. And the very things that had once terrified him, the risk, the unknown, the potential loss, were now the instruments of his triumph, each success sweeter because it was hard fought, because it was born from relentless courage and unshakable belief in himself. And as Marcus stood on the summit of what once seemed impossible, he looked back not with regret, but with gratitude for the struggle, for the nights he nearly quit, for the fear that almost paralyzed him, because it was those moments that forged the man capable of winning beyond belief, teaching us that the greatest victories are never given, they are earned through sacrifice, resilience, and unwavering faith, reminding every one of us watching this story unfold that your dream is not a luxury, it is a responsibility to yourself, and the only limits that exist are the ones you accept. So today, right now, make the choice to risk everything for what sets your soul on fire. Refuse to settle for mediocrity. Step into fear with courage as your guide. And remember Marcus's journey, that even when the world says no, when friends laugh, when the night is darkest, the breakthrough is closer than you think. And if you feel that spark, that pulse of possibility, act on it. Like, comment, share this story, and subscribe to fuel your journey. Because every view, every interaction, every engagement is a step toward your own extraordinary victory. And if Marcus could risk everything and win beyond belief, so can you, starting today, right now, with a single choice, a single action, and the relentless refusal to quit. Because your life, your dreams, and your destiny are worth every ounce of courage you can muster.